Hello, I'm Mal, and welcome to my overview of Cities Skylines. Cities Skylines is a city builder simulation created by a Finnish development team at Colossal and published by Paradox Studios. The game was released on March 10th of 2015. Colossal previously released the well-regarded Cities in Motions titles, and Paradox, of course you know, has brought us great titles like Crusader Kings 2 and EU4. Some people have referred to Cities Skylines as SimCity finally done right, and while I don't necessarily agree with this carte blanche, I understand the sentiment. The reason I mention this beyond the likely comparisons between the two is that without fans being upset about SimCity, I'm not certain that Cities Skylines would have ever seen the light of day. It proved an opportunity for the folks at Colossal and Paradox to bring a city builder to market. So the question remains, did they seize on said opportunity? Well, we'll get into all that, but before we do, I want to talk a little bit about what's under the hood, how the game's been received, and plans for its future. So first off, what's under the hood? The game was built using the Unity engine. It looks incredibly good in my opinion, but what surprised me was that even after your city starts to grow, and you move into different regions and areas, I still didn't have any performance issues. I figured certainly I'll start to have lots of lag, but I didn't. The dev team decided that they would shoot for the simulation of 1 million citizens at a time. Now, I don't know the technical how they did it exactly. What I do know is that I've spent 7 hours just trying to get my 5,000 citizens of my little town happy. So if you can actually get to 1 million, whether they're, of course, not all going to be active or not at the same time, but 1 million citizens, I have no idea how long it would take to get to that, but I guarantee you it would prove to be a challenge. So, how's the game been received? Well, that one's pretty cut and dry, actually. So, according to Metacritic, as of April 17th, it has a user review rating of 9.1 out of 10. And it's got a critic/reviewer average of 85%. Okay. Well, First off, with Metacritic, can anybody explain to me why the user and the critic ones have different rating systems? Like why is one 9.1 out of 10 and the other one 85% out of 100? Can you explain that to me? Anyway, I digress. Okay, so obviously the game has been well reviewed and well received. How has it fared in terms of sales? Well, 24 hours after the game was released, it sold 250,000 units. That's the most that Paradox had ever done on a single title. A couple of days ago, about roughly a month post-release, Cities Skylines sold more than 1 million. Folks, by any standard, that's impressive. And this allows Paradox and Colossal the opportunity to expand the scope of the game with additional cost to end users. The question is, will they? Well, to answer that question about end plans for the future, the short answer is yes, they will. So Paradox let us know through their forums and social media that a big update was coming. When pressed on the forums, it seems that it's likely that it'll be before the end of May of 2015. The update will be free. I stress that. The update will be free and include gameplay tweaks, a new tunnel system, and then something they're referring to as a lot more fun stuff. Don't know what that is yet. All of which, again, will be added for free. The reason I take time to stress that is that in an era where it feels like gamers are getting nickeled and dimed for every bit of DLC, it's nice to see that a company that's been successful with a title has decided to reward its customers with additional features without additional burden. Alright, so that all said, let's get into some gameplay. I think that you'll enjoy what you're about to see. Alright, let's take a look at a bit of gameplay. In the interest of full disclosure, I also wanted to let you know that I was provided a key for Cities Skylines from Paradox, and I do appreciate them giving me the opportunity to take a look at the game in greater detail. Alright, so here on the main screen, pretty standard here in terms of, new game, load a game, tools. Now, Content Manager, this is kind of cool, because you can load any of the maps and whatnot that you have, and any assets that you have created or that you've created yourself, or that you have gotten from another source, be it, for instance, Steam Workshop. And you can see that the Steam Workshop is actually the top rated items recently released are listed right here as you enter the game. So it's fully integrated with Steam Workshop. You can go and grab any of these assets. Like here's one right here, small pier, inland, park. Okay, so I could go get that. Doesn't cost me a dime. I think that that's awesome. Matter of fact, I was looking yesterday, someone had made like a little sunken garden that would work well in like a commercial district. So I was thinking about getting that. I think it's really, really cool right off the bat that there's these other things that I can go and get and play around with. They don't cost me a dime. That's awesome. Anyway, let's start a new game. All right, so you have a choice of map. So, and down at the bottom, it tells you outside connections. So you've got a highway connection, train connection, ship connection, and plane connection. So, and then the amount of water that's available, suitable area for building. Now, do we want to go? Doesn't really matter where, I guess. I just want to show you a bit of the gameplay. All right, let's build down here at Diamond Coast then. All right, now, so we have our hello screen. We'll just click that closed. And I'm going to go ahead and pause the game. Pause time. I'll just hit the space bar. If you want to speed up the game, there's 3 speeds, and the shortcut is 1, 2, or 3. So 1, 2, 3, like so. Pretty intuitive. I saw some people saying, it was really difficult, or the interface was hard to get by, and I was like, really? I don't know. When you start a game here, it gives you kind of, what do you need to do? Okay, well, I need to build roads. All right, makes sense. Now, it might be a little confusing as to what to build initially, but the game, I think, does a really good job of telling you how you have to start off. I didn't find that to be particularly challenging, but then again, I've played a lot of city builders, so maybe that's why? Let's see. All right. To start off with a highway connection. I guess before we start building, I should talk to you about the interface just a little bit. So we have our road system. You can see here you've got straight roads, curved roads, freeform roads, and then this little icon here, the exclamation point, is if you want to upgrade an existing road. Roads are sorted by different types. You get access to these as your city builds up. So when you start off, I don't think we really have anything other than, little 2-lane roads. Let's see. Well, let's go ahead and build some then. We're gonna want to be away from the highway because there is noise pollution in the game. So let's go here. Let's see, and we'll just do something generic. We'll come out to say here. Now we have access to 2-lane one-ways. Actually, you know what? Let me grab that. Use the upgrade tool. Yeah, I'm going to start with some one-ways, and the reason is because that's the best connection I can get right now. Yeah. That's the best connection I can get right now that will hook up to the outside connection. That's the one-way. So we'll bring a one-way in, and we'll continue that. Now, you see this blue area to either side? If you're not familiar with other building games, that's the area that it's going to provide zoning opportunities. So ideally, you want the block to look like that if you're not wasting any space. So like right here, I'm wasting some potential. If I go like this, and you can see the zones out to the side, the little squares. So if I switch over here, the next thing is zoning. Then I can choose... Right now, low density residential, I can choose some commercial, I can choose industrial. Okay, now I'm going to need services, I'm going to need some electricity, I'm going to need some water. Let's take a look at that first, before we zone. Alright, well, water, let's take a look at water pumps. Because of this dashed line here, as you can see, let me take you back to the zone thing. This dashed line indicates the region that I'm currently in, what I own. There's other regions that will unlock, and yes, I can buy them, but not at this point in the game. So, I'm stuck here, which means I only have access to this little tiny bit of water, which is going to make things a little more challenging. Let's see. which way is the water going? Looks like the water's flowing this way. Yeah, it's going that way. And that's important in terms of where I put the water pumps. So let's put the water pump right here. One's fine. And then we're going to run the water pipe. I could run it diagonally, but we'll just do it right. Run the pipe back up here. Okay, so that's the pipe. Now, that brings in fresh water. Now we got to have somewhere for the not so fresh water to go, right? So let's see. We need a water drain pipe. Now, wait a minute. Did I grab a pumping station? This is a pumping station. Yeah. I need a drain pipe. Yep. Okay, hold on. Let me just double check what you are. Water pumping station. What are you? Drain pipe. Okay, good. You don't want to mess that up. Seriously, placement's important. So since the water's flowing this way, we'll get clean water up here. We'll put the not so clean water down here. Let me hook this up. There we go. And then we're going to need power for these guys. Now, when you're setting down power lines, power will spread normally. As you can see this kind of purple or blue highlighted area around this structure. If I put a power line here, and I run it up and just sort of tag it into the area here, now these two are connected by power lines. Likewise, if I grab a power line and I go up to, say, here, which I'm going to do, let's see, and I'm going to go ahead and grab, need to build a road over here because I'm going to build, I guess I'm going to build some industrial stuff over there. Yeah. Actually, hold on. Let me think about this. If I'm coming in this way, yeah, I can build some industrial over there. It's okay. Then we can build like another one-way like out of the industrial area to take us back to this connection. I can make that work. So let's see. Plus, industrial doesn't really care about noise, so we can have it near the highway. So let's do something like this. Okay, now let's take a look. How big is the footprint of... Okay, yeah, we can put the power station like right over here. I'll have to redo that. No big deal. No big deal. All right, so power station here. Now, as I go to put the power station down, you can see that red area around it. That is, with the little headphone symbol there, that's its noise pollution level. So you're not just talking about regular pollution that you have to deal with. You've also got to talk about and think about what is going to happen with your actual pollution. Okay, nope. I need the actual power line. Thank you very much. Go like this. Now, I can get rid of these power lines later as things populate, and I will. But for now, they're kind of an unnecessary evil, so go back out here. All right, now let's do a bit of zoning. I'm going to put some, not that much, different zoning tools. So this is a kind of a fill tool, as you can see here. Then there's the marquee tool. And then there's a couple different brushes. I'm just going to use a brush and paint a little tiny bit of commercial right there. Though there isn't any demand for it, there will be. We're going to grab... Here we go. Some residential. No, this isn't perfect. I'll be the first to admit. I will be the first to admit that it's not perfect. Alright, now is that going the right direction? Looks like it is. Okay. what I'm trying to do is create a little kind of pseudo loop. Yeah, so what we've got here is we've got a one-way that comes in and splits off to go to the industrial, and then comes down and sort of loops around and goes back out. Now, how well will that work in practice? I don't know. We're gonna put a little bit of stuff in here. Got a little bit of commercial here. Now, why didn't I put the commercial right next to the residential? Again, because of noise pollution. I'm trying to isolate my residential area. So it looks like they've all got access to water. Last thing I got to do before I unpause is double check power. We're really actually okay. I guess I could go like this for the little bit of commercial. All right, let's start it up. Move in, people. Move in. Move in? Go, I said. There they go. Speed 3, that helps. There's my little town. So power is fine. Actually, we've got plenty of power. So one of the things you could do right off the bat is you can actually lower your budget. I'm going to lower mine by 50% and the water too. Because what happens when you increase or decrease your budgets is you increase or decrease the efficiency. And why is it acting like it doesn't have power? Oh, because I need to run the line down. Technically, I don't need to run the line down. It just needs to fill up. So as that purple area around structures fill up, then they'll automatically make connections. But like I was saying about the budget, you can lower your budget significantly when you start because you don't need the capacity. Like for instance, if we go here, now I'm down to only 10 megawatts, but my consumption's nothing. So as soon as these guys hook up, it'll go up a little bit. Now, what are they complaining about? Shouldn't be complaining about anything. You've got all your services, basic services, people. Stop your complaining. Okay, got a little demand for commercial, which should be met by this zone over here. And my guess is we'll get some demand for some industrial here. This guy's saying he's not getting water or power. Okay, he's not fibbing about the water. He's not getting water. All right. We'll start going like that because we'll have to complete a pipe that way. Then as far as power, you'll get power when it fills in. I already gave you a run right there. Don't be greedy. Okay, your chirper at the top will tell you different things. Some people think that this thing's kind of annoying. I don't care really one way or the other. I typically just disable the chirper. You get little indicators, icons pop up when there's problems. Example, like this. This guy still doesn't have power because it hasn't filled in yet. So the game tells you. I don't know that you necessarily need the chirper. Take a look at traffic. Yeah, basically none. How's this working over here? What's up, folks? Hello. How's it going? Who lives there? Oh, the Brook residents. All right. They got 3 kids. All right. Oh, new zones available. Industrial zone, right? We got high demand for that. All right. So then let's go ahead and put some industrial out here. That should build up rather quickly. Oh, all right, fine. I'll just hook you up there. You happy now? I was cheap trying to save like $5 or something on my budget. Oh, demand's pretty good. Let's go ahead and put in some more residential. Yeah, I am no expert at this game yet, though I hope to be one at some point. But what I will tell you is you don't want to overdo anything in terms of zoning. Just do a little bit at a time. That way you can look for problems. Okay, now we're off on our budget, but we won't be. Should be okay soon-ish. We're okay here. We're okay on water and sewer. Here's our general happiness, which is not great yet, but this is pretty standard when you start. Add in a little bit more residential. Now, we click on the milestone here to the bottom left. We can see that we have 259 out of 500. At 500, we get a level up, and then we'll get access to the landfill site, the medical clinic, and the elementary school. They're complaining about needing more workers, but I don't think that's really the case. I think they just haven't had time to get over here yet. You really need more workers? It's saying super high demand for residential. It's like, really? Really need more? Alright. Well, then what I will do is I will build out this way. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just doing that as a marker for myself. I'll have to fix the power lines. Okay, nope, 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 right there. No. There we go. Yes, it's blocky. No, it's not that creative. Don't look at me like that. I'm still learning stuff. Alright, we'll put some more here, and then I gotta fix that power line. Again, from the little purplish blue area is fine. Okay, let's double check the water. Water's fine. Unpause. That should populate rather quickly. And it should fix, and it did, the worker problem at that building. They still need people. And that problem solved by bringing in more folks. Let's see here if we could get a level up. We're here currently. Come on. More commercial? Really? All right. Put a little bit more commercial in there. We could put some more over, say, here, too. Nope, right there. We could put a little bit here in the center area, too. Let's see why not. More demand for industry. Right. Okay. We could just put that on the other side. Want that big chunk? No, not that big. We'll go, like, over here. Yeah, that seems reasonable. How's our power? Power's okay. Water is okay. Let's check traffic. Doing fine so far. More demand for additional housing. Just extend this out. Want to get to the next milestone so I can show you it unlocking. Almost. Do it. Just a little bit. Down here at the bottom, it shows you your population growth and your weekly change, and then global happiness. There we go. Population 500. So we've reached the first milestone. So we picked up the elementary school, the medical clinic, and the landfill site. And then it just sort of progresses from there. Anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed my little overview / mini review of Cities Skylines. I do think that it is a terrific game. Actually, I emailed back Paradox and I let them know that the only problem I had with the game is that once I received a code for it, which they were kind enough to provide, I didn't get any sleep. I played for like 7 or 8 hours straight, so that was the only issue that I had with the game, was that it made me sleep deprived. Other than that, it's terrific. If you like building games, then I highly recommend this one. This is going to be episode 0 of my first Let's Play of Cities Skylines. I will put a link here in the video for that. I hope that you join me for it, that you did enjoy this. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. As always, I am Mal, and I will see you later.